Hey Deb, it's Nikki here, and this is going to be a quick video just telling you how to change a background image either on the home page or any image that is a background, basically. So here I am. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. I'm going to let the whole software spin. And then when it's ready, what you want to do is, sometimes it does this double spin, don't worry about it. You want to, when it's finally ready, go into the settings of these little blue areas, not green, not gray, but blue. These are sections of a page, and you can see that it is highlighting and outlining the area that has the background image. So I'm going to click on that. And one of the very first options is background. And you can give different sections a color. You can give it a gradient, so a bit of an overlay, which I have. Don't touch that because you'll really start to probably upset the visual balance of it. But here, this is image. That's the background image. You can see there it is. So if you want to replace it, then you just click on the image. And if you have an image that's already in your media library, you can grab it, or you can upload a new file. And so you might have an image on your computer that you want to use. For me right now, I'm going to just click on something in the media library. So I will choose something. And what I'm going to say to you is this. Here, I'll click on one of these images. I'll just go to this one of you for now. And what I want to show you is over here on the right-hand side, you can see the pixel dimension. So this is 1024 pixels wide by 683 pixels tall. So that is not actually large enough as an image to fill the space. It'll start to look really grainy and bad. So you can definitely choose an image that size, but it's not going to look good. So you ideally want to have an image that's at least 1900 pixels wide. And so this is a complex topic. I'm not really going to be able to get into it easily because, you know, it's something that has a lot of layers of learning. But if you choose an image that is horizontal, not vertical, and as long as your image is about 1900 pixels wide, you should be good. So you can see, I'll go down to some of these images. Here, this one's 2500 pixels wide. And this one is 1600 pixels wide. That's probably good enough as well. So why don't I just choose this one so that we can replace it? I'm not going to save the changes because I don't want to change your website right now. I'm going to say upload the image, and now you can see that it's there. But there's always a bunch of creative decisions to be made, and it's just stuff to be mindful of. But right now, I look at that and the image really competes with the words. And so to me, it's not a great choice because you want it to be really clean and simple. You want people seeing the words on your page. You don't want to have an image competing with the words because if you do that, nobody can see any of the content. It's all just a little bit visually cluttered. So that is just something to be mindful of when you're replacing background imagery, especially on the home page. But over here where we replaced the image, if I go down, I want to just show you that you can choose how this image shows up. So right now we're seeing the absolute center of that image, but you can make it the top center and take a look at what happens to that image. You can see that the top of the image now pushes all the way down. Or I can do bottom center, and you'll see that we see the bottom of the image and then up to as much as we can see within this physical space on the screen. So you can change the positioning of the image as well. And that's really the only setting that I would make changes to. When you're done, you click the check mark, and then you can take a look at what this will look like on a tablet and also on a phone. just to make sure that it looks good on all devices. And when you're happy, you can say save. Now we're going to go to one of your other pages that has a banner image as a background as well. So here's one, build your own basket. And this one's slightly different in terms of where that background image is and how you access it. But here I'll go enable visual builder. And now here's the section. It's purple. So this is, again, something slightly different. So I don't have the background here. I actually have it in the gray area. And so I'm going to click on that. And if you go down a little bit, you can see background. I'll just move this over a tiny little bit. Again, that's color. It's a little bit of a gradient overlay or image. And there's that image. And so you can either affect this image if you just want to change how it's positioned on the page. So maybe top center, that's not really going to look great because there's only concrete there. I've got it center, center, but I could go center left or, you know, center, center. It looks about the same. Center right, bottom right. Or I can replace that image by clicking on it and uploading something, or just choosing one of the images in my media library. But again, you want the image to be approximately 1900 pixels wide so that it doesn't get all pixelated. Then I'll just say upload, there it is, and we can change the orientation. I like to keep it center, center, just to make it simple. But if it looks better in other ways, that's good too. I'll say, okay, I'll open this up. I'm going to make sure that it looks good. Here, I'll scroll to the top. On tablet, on mobile, there it is. It's just a simple gesture of an image. And when we're done, we just say save. So that is changing the banners on both the internal pages and also the home page. And the same principle applies to any other area that has background applied to it. So here, this is a section I have just put a background color. So there you can see the color. I've got all of your brand colors in there as well. So certainly those can be changed, but I would advise that you don't start doing that because the colors that have been applied on your website are very mindfully done, and it is really simple to change the colors, and it can suddenly feel that it's a bit jarring and just visually overwhelming for people. So my suggestion to you is just make the simple changes that you want to in the banner areas and let the rest of it just exist as it is. When you're done, you press save and then you exit the visual builder and you're all done. So I hope that's helpful in terms of changing out background imagery.